Hello and welcome back to another game. We are on Arabia, one of the most aggressive amplifying maps in Age of Empires. Its low density of forests mean that it's very hard to wall off. Players can achieve it, but it does take time. Let's click the Fog of War off and see exactly what we're watching today, as well as speeding the game along a little bit, because we know how the Dark Age kinda goes. Clicking into our red player today, we have Tatoh from Team Secret playing as the Saracens. Saracens are a very heavy civilization, come into their own in late game. Siege onagers, bombard cannons, camels, Mamelukes, you name it. They've got access to it. Very tough to come up against. Gunpowder, of course, being where they want to get to. From there, we have his opponent for today. We have Secret Daut. Both players, of course, changing over to Team Secret recently. I'm sure everyone knows the news of that. However, playing as the Indians, again, heavy civilization. We're talking gunpowder, lots and lots of gold usage. Gonna try and drive their economy home as much as possible to take the game away from Tatoh. But let's check the map situation out, then we can start thinking about what players are going to kind of go for. Every now and then the map will make a little bit of a difference to what they're going to kind of choose, and of course the scouting from there. So let's click on the Fog of War, see exactly what Daut has found, and move from there. We're nearly 3 minutes into the game. Daut has scouted out most of his major resources. Main gold is towards the front. We do have a hill on the front as well, going to make it hard for Daut to defend against any push from Tatoh coming from this direction. Looking at the forests, actually, he's got a really easy map to wall in. Does have berries towards the back, so going to be a nice defensive situation there, just in case Tatoh does go for any kind of a drush. Does have the stone in the back, plus an extra gold in the back as well. Found himself a nice relic there, extra stone. Boar on the other side of the forest there, going to be a little bit annoying, but if we click this off, we can see actually just how easy it is for Daut to wall his base in. One wall straight across here, any kind of military buildings across here, so if he drops go from this side to kind of keep the gold as open as possible, barracks, ranges, stables, whatever he kind of wants to throw down, he's got the option there, and then on this side over here, very easy as well. Looking over to Tatoh's map, we have his main gold over here on the right of the TC, berries towards the back, so again, in a good styling to defend from a drush if he has to. A couple of palisades thrown up around here, can pretty much defend most of his villages overall. Again, map looks like he could potentially go for a wall on it nice and easy, just a wall across here with palisade, a couple of military buildings across here will force anything past the town centre, and then, again, a wall across here or down here. Interesting. Resource location, we do have that main gold on the right, berries in the back, forest towards the back, can split his wood to the front if he does want to, does have stone towards the side and the back as well. So you're going to make it very easy to go for a castle and Mameluke play if he does get pushed back into a defensive position. Barracks is getting thrown up around the 6-minute mark, so we can be expecting a drush from here, and there goes the villager to gold. So we will be seeing some form of drush from Tatoh. Whether or not he decides to go out with it nice and quickly or hold it back can be a completely different situation. Looks like he's getting the scouting information now. If we kind of swap over and have a look, we should be able to see, has he seen Daut? No, hasn't managed to actually find him yet. Has thrown down the barracks, is creating the militia though, so he does need to find him very soon. Hasn't found a key resource yet either, so he can't 100% say he's over here. But there's the villager. Does he have loom? He has loom. Won't go for the kill on it. Can see that Daut is trying to wall off a lot of his base now. And here we go. Militia are actually on their way out. Looks like he's feeling very confident towards where Daut's going to be. Push down the center of this map here, and a wolf will find the militia, but we'll deal with that nice and quickly and easily. Gonna run into a second wolf, though. Not so lucky there in terms of the actual play. Barracks coming up from Daut, so defensively, we'll get it up just in time to stop this drush being able to come in and really push for any damage. Has his wall off across here as well. Does need something to come up across, just to make sure that he doesn't get pushed into a bad situation. But really, any villages on this side of the town centre aren't really going to be achieving much anyway. Can use the drush to deny the gold, but I'm thinking that's pretty much the extent of what he's going to be able to get out of it. Palisade, gates, and walls coming up across the side here. Guess he was expecting that drush. And Scout at the moment doing its best. Daut is clicking up into the feudal age, so has got to where he needs to be. And Militia trying to push through, of course, but here we go. Stable coming up behind that. Not going to really have too many issues with that one overall. Tatoh, of course, being delayed up into feudal age due to building these 3 militia. And there we go, he's clicking up as well. Daut getting his economy upgrades nice and early. That's double bit axe coming down. Horse collar as well before he seeds any more farms. So doing a really good job to actually deal with that one itself. And the stables should be enough to really hold this one out for a little bit. So Tatoh's drush at the moment not really being as successful as it needs to be. Daut potentially going to be able to get some scouts out and really push back across the map quite easily. Tatoh at home is doing an interesting wall off here. Not sure why he went for this one. Maybe he thought this... I am not sure as to why he decided to go for this wall off, honestly. Could just be to delay anything coming back into this stone here if he did want to use it, but it looks like putting up this, I guess, secondary wall to make sure no one kind of gets in there and really hurts him. A lot of villagers on gold overall, so he could see a complete archery switch for him straight away. And there's the outpost as well, so really not taking any chances here. There's the scouts. They're going to clean up the militia nice and quickly, and losing one scout in the process, but making life very, very good for Daut there. Not feeling the pump quite so much. Is coming forward with a couple of villagers, though. Let's swap over and see if we can get an idea of what he's planning. He's got enough resource in there to come down with the tower, so we could see a tower potentially on this hill to kind of knock back this gold. Pretty much what I'm expecting to see here, but could be anyone's game. Has Daut seen... May not have seen the villagers there. Coming forward, looks like he's going for the lumber, and realizes there's nothing too much really he can do there. Coming across, and yes, he sees the gold miners. There comes the defensive tower from Tatoh. Of course, Daut thinking, ooh, will he drop it actually? He knows it's coming up. Gonna put it over here. That's... Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Fletching coming down from Tatoh. Tatoh on his way up to Castle Age already as well. Let's slow this down for a second. He's gone for the Market Blacksmith to get up to the next stage. Lots and lots of gold income there. Only has the barracks. Not exactly sure what he wants to do military-wise. Doesn't have the stone now to put up another tower after this. However, he's done a little bit there, actually. Let's have a look. So, yeah, won't have that. Daut, however, is... Was he gathering stone? There we go. Gathering stone down on the back. And that defensive tower from Tatoh will gain him a lot of time on this gold. Scouts are going to push out from, well, Spearmen more so against Daut. Daut going to deal with it pretty quickly and easily by the looks of it, actually. Some good micro there, going to ensure he doesn't lose a single scout. No bloodlines or anything on these guys. We do have Wheelbarrow coming down for Daut, so getting that economic lead advantage there using that. Overall, 32 villages for Daut, 29 for Tatoh. Military is still quite small for both players, only 5 for Daut and 1 for Tatoh, but it's enough for Daut to actually get map control behind this. There we go, tower is up, taking some slow damage there. And, ooh, it looks like without the range upgrade, it's going to be a little bit useless there. Castle Age is cracking in for Tatoh. What have we got? Archery range coming up, so looks like he might be looking for crossbows here. Secondary archery range as well. Hopefully should see Bodkin Arrow any minute from this one. Tatoh buying some food, actually, to make sure he's got production up. Really interesting that he's had to kind of invest his economy like this. And Archer. What are we looking at from Daut back home? He's throwing up his first archery range as well, so he will be making the switch. Crossbowman coming down from Tatoh, so looking to get that advantage. Blacksmith, of course, down, because we have seen the transition, so he should be on it pretty quickly now. And the double archery going to be enough from Tatoh, hopefully to push these guys back. What have we got? Daut retreating across the map at the moment. Spearman not really going to be able to do too much. This quick pop cap there for Tatoh, but going to be alright. What is the plan here, mate? I really need to see some plans going on. We're going to speed things along a little bit again. And Daut down in the backside, obviously just sitting in his economy, sitting pretty. He's got full map control. He doesn't need to be too worried at this point. We are seeing the Spearman getting attacked by the Wolf. And, whoa, there's a Villager Killer. Freebie for Tatoh. Always going to be nice. And in comes Daut Scouts. Going to run some interference here and make sure those villagers get home nice and safe. Spearman from Daut, of course, well, from Tatoh against Daut. Going to come in, push those away. And now we're basically just waiting on Daut to hit Castle Age before we can really get any more aggressive. Tatoh sitting on those crossbows. He's got the research there. He's getting a couple out into play. Isn't really doing too much with them at this stage. Moving a couple across the map here. Hopefully going to try and get into the eco, do a little bit of damage. We do have the watchtower already up, so the preemptive one from Daut on his gold at the front here. Going to be able to defend that one quite easily. I guess if the crossbows get into either of the wood lines, they're going to be able to do a little bit of damage there. Of course, on the stone as well, can continue to deny that. Scouts looking for any kind of places that at the moment he can get into, do some damage, doing a little bit of poking, a little bit of prodding, and with that, Daut should have seen the crossbows. Oh, there goes the scout. Skirmish is already out and in position to counter for Daut. Going to push those crossbows away, but some good free hits there for Tatoh. Going to be able to walk away unscathed without taking too much damage from basically the perfect counter unit. Bodkin Arrow coming down for Tatoh. Fletching only just on the way for Daut, so trying to get that advantage as much as possible. And I don't know what this is really was achieving over here. A little bit of a wasted tower by the looks of things. Daut not doing exactly what he could. Current populations were sitting at 42 for Daut and 45 for Tatoh, so a little bit ahead overall. In terms of villager count, we can see Tatoh has retaken the lead after Daut having to click up to Castle Age. 33 for Daut and 37 for Tatoh. Military neck and neck, 9 for Daut, 11 for Tatoh again. And just denying the stone, denying the lumber here as best he can. Skirmishers being sent around the side here to kind of, I guess, jump in front, do any damage they can. Going to be quite effective against the crossbows and the spears, so going to make life really, really easy on that front. Both players just looking to do whatever damage they can here, lame and just hurt their opponent, kind of just delay them in any kind of fashion they can. A lot of idols here from Daut, actually, going to need to move them back into play. Crossbows, and here's some extra crossbows coming to reinforce as well. Still not sure if it's going to be enough. Some good micro from Tatoh is going to help here, but end of the day, it is only 3 remaining crossbows. Ooh, the Scout's going to take some just unwarranted spear hits there, and potentially going to lose that one. Wow, Tatoh actually going to be able to take this one, using the heal bonus here as well, taking out the skirmishers quite effectively, only losing, what, 3 crossbows there in their entirety. Going to lose a 4th as that one hits, but this means Daut has next to no military left at all. He's got 1 skirmisher back at base, and that's pretty much the extent of what I can really see there. Extra town center getting thrown up in the back. Going to try and play that economic game a little bit. Daut is the one who does like to push that as much as possible. It is the easiest way to get ahead. Tatoh taking stone, so potentially could go for another town center as soon as he's got the resources for it. Definitely has it in the bank, actually. He's got 160 stone. He's got 500 wood. He's 100% got the option if he does want to throw one down. But it looks like Daut's going to be the big one with the advantage here in terms of villager count in the long run. Tatoh was ahead, still ahead in fact. Daut 37, 42 for Tatoh. So very, very even there, but the advantage is towards Tatoh's side. Daut really needs to start making something happen now, and he's going to make that happen with a siege workshop. Of course, a mangonel can turn the tide of battle very, very quickly. Puts pressure onto town centers, on top of crossbows very, very effectively, but gonna lose a villager there, maybe placing it a little bit game, and gonna garrison those villagers before he loses too much else. But Tatoh doing a really good job of just poking, prodding, doing the damage where he can, retreating when he needs to, picking his engagements, and not losing too many units unnecessarily. He says as he loses a crossbow to the tower, but does take a villager. Absolutely worth it. Daut tries to put down the gate wall just in defense there. Only 9 HP on that wall, however. Will he actually take it down? Yeah, so he's going to destroy the wall there. Only 3 in the back. The tower doing a really decent job of pushing that back. Elite skirmishers, of course, with Bodkin out for Daut. Going to push in around this side and get another villager there. Tatoh really making things happen at the moment with just 3 crossbows. Daut really to get into Tatoh's base, do any kind of damage. Going to sit behind and potentially get another one. No. Potentially, yes, should get cleaned up. Oh, there is a gap, however. I really thought they were going to get cleaned up by the skirmishers very, very easy. Will he get the extra kill? Going to get one more there. Making the best kind of moves he can with those crossbows overall. Ooh, down here as well. Getting another 2 villager kills, denying the house, and of course denying the extra lumber spot over here. Tatoh just making things happen with minimal units at the moment. Absolutely amazing investments. Just putting in everything he needs and nothing more. That's what's really absolutely killing it for him at the moment. It's what's pushing me out in head of the score at the moment. 41 villagers for Daut, even though he's got that second TC up. Tatoh at 48. Do we see a second town center? There we go. Second town center is up for Tatoh. No third on the way. Does have the resources to go for it in a sec if he does want to. But overall, is that an aggressive siege workshop? Tatoh looking to really put the pressure on now. Going to get the siege workshop down. No doubt we're going to see a mangonel jump out of there. From that point, he's going to be able to push in against the towers. He'll be able to push in against the siege workshop. Put some pressure on the town centers. Really make Daut work for anything he is to hold now. Daut's not going to be able to rely on his town centers for defense. The skirmishers aren't going to stack up well against the mangonels, so those crossbows are going to be able to take the picks on villagers wherever they can. Looks like we do have the outpost getting thrown up as well. Tatoh wanting to have some good vision here, knowing exactly what's going on, and that's exactly what he's going to get. He can see that there's something loaded in on top here. He can see the skirmishers before they come out and get on top of his units. He's just in a good position to push from here. Tatoh at about only a 200-point score lead at this point, but man, is he ahead in the stats. 53 villagers compared to 48 of Daut. 20 military compared to only the 10 from Daut there as well. Tatoh just really making little things pay off here, and we could potentially see a really big mangonel hit on top of these skirmishes as well if Daut isn't careful with his micromanagement here. And nearly getting a freebie in there. But the bad news is going to be able to push up on top of that town center whenever he feels. Defensive mangonel out for Daut. May not be paying attention. Oh, just going to pull it out of there. A good attack round by Tatoh. And there's another one. And a direct hit. Oh, predicted the attack there. Really good move. Got the split just in time. And potentially going to get a good hit here as well. We're going to see a little bit of damage on these guys. Nothing too major. Crossbows doing what they can. A good split from Daut again. And the second mangonel is going to start making this infinitely harder. Here we go. Is he going to get a good hit? Might be caught off guard here, actually. Got a little bit of damage on the villager as well, surviving only 3 HP. Mangonel popping out. Going to pop in and hit the other mangonel as quick as it can. 1 mangonel surviving from Tatoh at the moment, so the push is still going on. The pressure is here for Daut. He's got to defend as best he can, keeping some units up inside that town center, just to make it look a little bit more deadly, of course. And, oh, there we go. Some splash on top of that. Camel coming in, trying to take out the mangonel. Too many crossbows for it, though. And, gonna lose a couple more. 2 mangonels, like I said, just makes this infinitely hard to dodge against. Daut doing a phenomenal job, however. Crossbow's still backing this one up. The camels aren't going to be enough to really push into this unless he gets a couple more, because I don't think he has any of the armor upgrades on them yet. And there's another camel waiting there. Not sure exactly what Daut's plan is from here. Tato's kind of being able to run away with this one now. There's nothing that Daut has been able to do to break this encirclement or this siege anyway against his town center. Market getting thrown up. Looks like he's getting starved for resources here. We'll need to be very, very careful with this gold at the front. Have we seen anything extra from Tatoh? 1 town center, 2 town center, 3 town center play from Tatoh. The longer this goes at the moment, the more advantage Tatoh is going to be getting. He's nearly up by 600 points as well. Starting to absolutely fly ahead. The villager counts, though, hasn't really budged from where they were in terms of difference before. We've still got Daut on 60, Tatoh on 68, despite the fact he's got the extra town center and being a lot more aggressive. That said, is investing a lot more, and one good mangonel hit here from an attack ground. Not going to get it in time, but doing a good job. Well, keeping focus on the frontier, denying resources wherever he can, moving around the side here, denying the lumber, denying the stone. Next attack priority has to be the gold over here. Knocked out off that one. Looks like we can see a little bit of a preemptive strike here from Daut, realizing what's going to happen. Throwing up a 3rd town center in the back on the gold camp here, and a couple of houses in the back as well. So Daut prepared for the long haul here. We do have the battering ram out from Tatoh, though. Tatoh looking to end this one. Of course, the tower will be focusing on this, and here comes that aggression against the gold I was talking to. A good find there, getting the free crossbow. That's a big hit on the mangonel, though. Is he going to get another one? Oh, the hill bonus, they're going to save it just, but we'll go a 1-for-1 trade overall. Battering rams being used to soak up as much of the skirmisher damage as possible. Daut doing a really good job of spreading out his units here, trying to minimize any damage from the mangonel. We do have a knight getting thrown into the mix here from Tatoh as well, against a couple of skirmishers. That's exactly what you want to see. That is how you end games. The siege workshop is down, but one mangonel will pop in time. Gets the mangonel trade. Oh, 1-for-1 was very, very close there, getting away with it, actually. Bad news is for Daut. This gold over here is going to get a serious pinch now. Camel is out to try and deal with a couple of these rams, a couple with the mangonels. The knights, of course, not going to stack up too well, but the amount of crossbows we've got on field at the moment, the camels should be able to deal with this. He's only got the 1 armor there, which is a baseline, essentially. And what are we going to see? I think this is going to be a Tatoh victory here. The rams are out. He's ready to end the game. Daut is just holding on now as much as he can. Secondary stable getting dropped behind. Could be potentially looking for the extra camel support to really do the damage here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. There's too many camels out in play. The knights, of course, going to be able to get under the towers, do the damage, but the big thing we're worried about here is a couple of battering rams moving in under this tower, and as soon as they move in, the crossbows can follow. The knights can take out the skirmishers. The crossbows will just be weeding out these villagers while the damage is done. Oh, man, extra stable up on the front. Monastery as well. Looks like he's going to try and get some converts on top of those guys. Trying to get the town center here. This is game. I'm not sure. Here we go. Tato's coming in. If he gets this, this has to be the kill move at the moment. Rams, of course, soaking up as much damage as possible. Really utilizing that tower. And there's the monk. Going to get a free monk. Man, the aggressive castle coming down for Tatoh, though. This is what we wanted to see in an aggressive game. A very, very aggressive game. The Rams going unchecked at the moment. Going to take down the stable. Crossbows dealing with those camels also efficiently. The mangonel will stay in use. The town center is up, but I don't know how helpful it's going to be. The castle is on its way. We do have the Rams in the base as well. And there's the GG from Daut. I didn't expect him to hold on much longer than that. Overall, an amazing aggressive play from Tatoh there. Went in with the drush nice and early. Didn't manage to get through the front walls of Daut just quick enough, which does hurt a little bit overall. But managed to get up to that quick castle age. Survived it out from there. Went into crossbows. Did so much work with those crossbows. It was actually an amazing play overall. And from there, a really quick and I would say decisive end to this. As soon as he went forward with all these units here, we knew it was pretty much a nail in the coffin. The extra town center here from Daut, really good defensively. If that had been up a little bit earlier, might have been able to hold it with the skirms. But with that castle coming up there, the Rams that were out the way they were, no way it was going to happen.